Hey everybody, I'm Joseph Eads, singer-songwriter. I'm back with another tip for artists this week, and tip for life really. I never claim to be a voice coach or a life coach or anything like that, but I just have many years of experience as a singer-songwriter and taking my career from being really a hobby to more of a professional vocation. And I love to share tips that I find interesting and little connections that I make between music, songwriting, performing, and life.
This week's tip is as simple as this.
It is never really about the misstep or the mistake or whatever you want to call it that happens in your performing, in life, or anything. It's really about what came right before that moment, all right? And it's funny, I kind of discovered this once in a voice lesson. I was studying with Roger Burnley, who's an amazing voice coach. If you need a good voice coach, he is incredible. And I remember I was working on a song that was pretty difficult for me. I had written it, and of course I write these songs with huge ranges, and some of the notes are a little outside of my, right past my breaking point or at my breaking point. And there was, a note that I was concerned about. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be able to hit this, and how do I get it? We were working, and, he explained to me that it really wasn't about the note, is that going into the note, I had to be in the right place, and I had to have the right placement. And that just popped this huge light bulb in my head, and I've been applying it to life ever since. And it's that idea that, it's not about the high note. It's about where are you right before that note? When you're singing, where is your placement in the note that comes before the high note or the super low note? And if your placement is good and you're in the right place, then it's not going to be a problem for you. Same thing I noticed with guitar. If you miss a note or miss anything really, it's because of what happened right before. Where did your mind go? Where were you? What happened in the moment before the mistake happened or the misstep? And this can be applied to life. How many times have you ever been, close to getting into a little accident or something like that? Where were you in the moment right before that you kind of lost awareness and allowed something like that to happen in your experience? And I hear a lot of people talk about, like, I have a really big show coming up or a really big concert or big event. I think that when you prepare for a show, you already know that you can do it. You can play, you can sing, these are your songs, you've done it before. What are you doing right before you go on stage? Where's your head? Where's your vibration? Maybe meditation helps. Maybe just being around good people, pumping yourself up, having that great energy so that when you pop on the stage, you're in a good zone, and then that carries you through the whole show, because what you do artistically is what you do naturally. So that's never really the issue. So I've just found this concept to be really cool, and I think if you watch or talk to any athletes, it's the same thing. It's like a long jumper, it's not about the actual jump, although there's a lot of technique that goes into that. It's about the setup. It's about what happens right before the jump, and are you being set up in the right way? And in your life as an artist and a human, how are you setting yourself up for your days? How was the day started? Was the setup good? Were you present? And I think thinking about this keeps you present, because you're never thinking about, or you're trying not to think about that one hard riff that you got to do or whatever that it is that you're working on, or high note. It's just about being present in the notes of the entire song, the entire process, equally. Because when you are, then those other parts just come naturally because you know them. So I hope that made sense. These are little discussions and things that go on in my mind that I like to process, and I think that if I find them interesting, surely somebody else will too. So thanks for listening, and have an amazing week, and keep shining, keep dreaming. I'm going to keep pumping away, and I'll be back next week with another tip.